Oh, good morning, everybody. Good morning. So, just been out here working. You're gonna hear the animals going crazy. They heard the feed sacks that I got. I went and bought some more feed. So, I'm gonna go feed them again here in a little bit. But one of the big things I've been thinking about a lot lately for a good while is my YouTube career, I guess. I've never thought I've been on top. I've never thought I've been on the bottom. I've never thought rank-wise where I am, I guess, on YouTube. But there has definitely been a part of my YouTube career where views were amazing. I mean, just every day post a video, 50, 60, 80, 90,000 views. And to me, that's awesome. You got people that are like Mr. Beast and all them put out a video, they got millions of views. But that's a little bit far-fetched for the type of stuff that we do around here, and even the biggest channels in this type of niche doesn't get those views. It's just not that many people watch. But I have been thinking a whole lot about. Man, it's pretty wild to think that at one point the channel was super doing well. We got trucks, neighbors driving by, hauling hay, taking full advantage of this beautiful weather. Guys, it is, I think, 50, 60, something like that. It feels, this is the weather. And it has truly changed my way of thinking about work. So, getting back on the other is, hey, boys, they're messing with Sawyer, little pups. There was a time that views were very good, and then it drops real low, and you start thinking, oh, man, what am I doing wrong? Who did I make mad? What could I have done different? All this stuff. But the reality is, if you have watched anybody on YouTube, other than just the top tier huge people that get millions and millions of views per video, especially anyone in this niche genre of homesteading, off-grid living, building, ranch, all that type of stuff, I have watched them, and some of the people that were on top are now getting less views than I get. Some people that were used to get less views are getting crazy views. There was a time when I was getting crazy views. There's a time when I was getting no views. There's a time, you know, it's just up and down. And lately, views are down, and we haven't posted as often and all of that. And it just truly got me thinking, it's like, what did I always think of the bands that I used to listen to, like in high school, and that genre kind of wasn't as popular anymore. I love the like punk, the early 2000s rock, the pop punk. I mean, you're talking like Blink-182 is my favorite band. All of those types of pop punk bands, bands when Creed, Nickelback, Stained, all those bands were real big. Bands, you know, this. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You got your Linkin Parks. You got all those big early 2000s bands from all the different genres. And you're like, man, at least I didn't hear from them for a while. It kind of seemed like they were peak early 2000s. And it kind of dipped down. You didn't really hear about them. And now those bands are taking off again, and they're doing really well. I'm not saying those bands they didn't do good. It just, they weren't at their peak, and then it slowed down and then back up. And I am nothing like that. I'm nothing to that extent, that hiring thing. But even the greatest people out there are never on top all the time. You go real high, and then some of the people that stay up there, maybe, you know, a lot of people with musicians, they'll say, oh, sellout. you were this type of band, and then a new genre came in, you switched to this, and you did that. You know, you did all this stuff just chasing to stay up high, but you weren't who you really were. And then the bands that stayed who they really were kind of went down, and then they rode the course of being a little bit lower than normal. And then just like everything in history repeats itself. So they were going down, and then guess what? That genre came back, and they're going back up. They stuck it out. They went through the low points, and they stuck it out, and they kept going and kept going, and they stayed true to who they were and what made them happy, and they just did all that, and then finally it starts to come back up. It's like that in a lot of things. I just relate to music, and it's something that is easy for me to talk about and compare it to YouTube, and you know, for a while the Crockers was booming. I mean, we have a video that has over 6 million views. We have 8 videos, 7 videos, 8 videos, over 1 million views, and they're all doing great. But those were a year old, 2 years old, 3 years old. You know, we haven't done a whole lot in a while, and it's kind of come down. And there's people out there that will comment and you know, be like, what happened? You used to be good. You used to get a lot of views. Look at your subscriber count. You don't get these many views or whatever. But the thing is we have such loyal and amazing people in our life, you guys that watch and comment every day and stuff, and make it fun for us and make it enjoyable and give us a purpose and let us know that no matter what, you're diehards, you stick around, you're dedicated to us. And I feel like that's how I was with those early 2000s bands, and I stuck around and I love those bands and I never quit listening, and I'm stuck in the early 2000s, and it's just one of those things that I loved and loved and loved, and they stayed true, and now it's going back up, and all my favorite bands are performing again for huge shows. They're doing great. They're doing awesome. They're putting out new records. They haven't put out records in 10 years. They're putting out new records, and it just shows that when you have the love and support of people that aren't with you just because you're on and popping, when you have the love and support from people that just like you and appreciate the things that you bring in life and the things that bring them happiness, they stay with you, and they're the diehards. They ride through it all, and they're up here, and they're down here, and they're here, and then they're here, then they're here, then they're here. And it's because of you guys that has truly showed me the pursuit of true happiness. And it's wild to think that over the last couple of years, the views are, you know, lower than it's been in a long time, and the subscriber count's the highest it's been ever. It's kind of how YouTube works, unless you just do something really bad. But for the most part, your subscriber count is always growing, but it's your views that are up and down and stuff. But to have the highest amount of people subscribe to your channel, but also some of the lowest views that you've had, it could really mess with people. And YouTubers go through this battle of looking at numbers, and they get lost in it, and every YouTuber does it. It doesn't really matter if it's a small channel or a big channel or what. You get to a point where you're just constantly chasing the numbers. And over the last couple of months or whatever it's been since we've had this property, Danielle and I, clearly we always want to do the best we can, and we always would love to see our numbers up high, and we try to put out good videos and do stuff. You know, unfortunately there's times during the cold snap we had, I didn't want to do anything. I hated the weather. I hated just being miserable and all that, and it kind of showed in the videos. I just kind of put out videos to update you guys on what's going on, but it wasn't the high-produced videos that I try to do as often as I can to get a bunch of work done and all that. But it's wild to think, over the last few months, I don't remember when we got this property, October, November, I don't remember, truly cannot remember when we got this property. It's been months. I can genuinely and honestly say I'm the happiest I've been in a very, very long time. I quit chasing the views. I quit chasing, competing with other YouTubers. Even if you don't do it on purpose, you still compete. You see other people's videos pop up, or maybe not compete, compare. You see other people's videos pop up, and you're like, why does this person get this many views? Their videos suck. Their videos, they do nothing. They do clickbait. They get these views through clickbait. They don't even have a personality. They whatever. You will come up with every excuse why their video's doing better than yours. But in reality, every channel at some point will have their highs and their lows, and every channel will go through that, and it's how you handle the lows is how you're going to handle the next high. And there was a time the Crockers was doing so well, and we were doing so good, and I mean, we were beyond my expectations ever could have. I've never could imagine the channel doing as well as it was doing. I wouldn't say cocky would be the word. I would say, I can't think of the right word to use. All I could say is I was dumb thinking that it would stay there. And you get to a point where you just think you're going to stay in this spot, and you quit doing the things that you love. You quit doing the things that that took you to that spot. And I quit the grind of YouTube. I quit thinking okay, so I guess it's hard for me to describe. To get to that point of success, I would grind every day. I literally can say I probably grinded harder than anybody I have ever met on YouTube personally. I lived in a tent, a $20 Walmart tent with no power, no water. I had nothing. I had clothes. I had a chainsaw, a generator, and every morning I'd wake up 5 o'clock in the morning-ish. I'd get a fire going. I would have to get the fire going to stay warm. I moved the day after Christmas, 2019, to Oklahoma, and I'd have to wake up early in the morning in this tent, get a fire going, make coffee, warm up, get my day going. I'd fill my coffee at the Crockers. I'd drive to town because I had no cell phone signal. I would upload it. I would drive back. I would work all day. I would edit my videos, and then I would drive back into town and upload my video to get it out by 7 o'clock. And at night, I started doing a podcast, and I would work 15, 16 hours a day, and I did it every day, every day, every day, every day. I did it for a very long time. I did that 365 videos in a row for a year, I think even over a year. And every day I would just grind and grind and grind. And, it became a point where the channel was just booming. The channel was doing great in my eyes. Going from 10,000 views a video, moving to Oklahoma, and then getting 30,000, 50,000, 80,000. I mean, it was unreal. It was crazy. Going live before moving to Oklahoma, I don't know, 100, 200, 300 people, something like that. Maybe at the most I ever had was like a couple of hundred. And then moved to Oklahoma, and my first live chat I think had 2,500 people in it. It was just like a crazy thing that happened, and and I just kept grinding and grinding and going after what I wanted. And you know, I met Danielle. That was right after I hit 100,000, or I think, yeah, I think it was right after I hit 100,000 subscribers when I met Danielle. And then she came in the picture, and she got in on the YouTube grind and did stuff, and she would work a full-time nursing job and then work on whatever we were doing, and just, you know, it was nonstop, and she was working nights at that time, and we were on the grind. I mean, it was crazy. It was unreal, the things that we went through in that period of our time. And then we bought Shoot Dang Ranch, and then that, like, helped the channel, because it was a new adventure, and I guess people were excited. We took an old barn. We did it. You guys know the story. And we just, like, busted our butts. We were staying in that room, and we were getting a little fire going. Jared moved up. We were all suffering. I mean, we went through the grind, and we sacrificed. And that's when we were peak performance, doing the best we could. I mean, just boom and boom and boom. And I mean, the channel was just rocking. And then we got comfortable, and we got comfortable, and we got comfortable, more comfortable. And we lost sight of the grind, and it started kind of coming down. And, you know, over time, it just ate us, and you know, we went through everything we went through, and all of that, and we lost our happiness. And it was great because YouTube was doing well, but mentally it was beating us up, and physically it was beating us up, and we had enough, and we ended up, you know, getting this place. And one of the things Danielle and I talked about was, we need to chase happiness. We need to chase let's chase not views, not subscribers, not money, none of that. Let's chase the things that we want, and the views will come with it. Everything has its high points, and then it comes down, and then it'll come back up. And we told ourselves, if we chase the correct things in life, and we stay true to ourselves, we still got to grind, we still got to work hard, we still have to make sacrifices, but let's meet in the middle, and let's get where we want to be. And that's where we are. And that's what's crazy is Danielle doesn't work full-time anymore. She works part-time, very much part-time, just a couple of days a month now, now that she's officially done with her training, and she's working, you know, going to be solo doing the job and doing all that, and she'll be out here a lot more. I'm not pumping out videos every single day. I've kind of slowed down. It does hurt the channel as far as not being super relevant when it's been so relevant for so long, of posting daily or every other day or whatever. We got to a point where we're not posting as much, but we're getting more done around here. We're not focusing on the videos, we're focusing on the work. We're focusing, instead of just like, screw it, whatever it takes, let's just get these numbers real high, it's screw it, whatever it takes to stay happy, to be happy, to do the things that we enjoy. I don't enjoy doing fencing, but that's what I'm doing. But it's a lot easier to have the joy doing the fencing, one, when the weather's nice, but two, when I'm not beating myself up over videos or numbers or whatever. I'm just going after the things that that make me happy, and getting Lambo back is going to make me super happy. Getting a spot big enough in the barn and all that for the other animals, it makes me happy. And it took a long time to get where I am and where Danielle is and where we are together. And the beauty of it is we were up here and we're down here, and we're staying true to ourselves, and it will go back up. It's just a matter of time. It's just how YouTube works, up and down. As long as you stay doing what you're supposed to do, and you post regularly, and you do all the stuff, YouTube wants to push you. If you're not getting the views and you're not doing all the stuff, it's not YouTube, it's you. A lot of people like to blame YouTube for their problems of not doing well on YouTube. YouTube wants to make as much money as they can, and so YouTube wants to push your video as much as it can. If your video sucks, they're just not going to push it. Well, our videos have sucked for a little bit, you know, especially through the cold times and stuff. But now, oh my gosh, with the sun out and everything, it feels amazing and it feels good, and we're having fun. Yesterday, I took a little bit of time to myself. Danielle, you know, was going to work, and I spent time to myself just doing something that I enjoyed out here, and it felt so freaking good, and it gave me the energy today to come out and get right to work. I mean, it wasn't long after I woke up and got my coffee and ate breakfast. I was working, and it's fence stuff. I don't like doing fence stuff, but it felt good, and I don't know. It's just crazy that the whole thing has come full circle. I would grind, and Danielle would grind, and we got the channel where we wanted, and it was doing amazing, but we lost our happiness, and then we dialed it back down to find our happiness, and we're here, and we found our happiness, and we're finding everything we want to do, and all of that. And now when it goes back up, the way we're going to look at it when it goes back up is going to be so different than when it was up high before. We're going to feel so much better, even if it doesn't get as high as it once was. We're going to feel so much better because we're happy. We're looking at it with a different pair of eyes now, with a different attitude, with a different perspective. And I feel like that's what bands probably go through. We're just grateful we still can do this for a living. We're grateful we don't have to work a normal 9 to 5. We're grateful we get to wake up every day and live the life that we want and do the things that we want. And at the end of the day, it's because of people like you guys that watch, whether it's musicians and it's people that listen and support their music, or it's people that put out YouTube content and you guys support and watch, and all you guys that have been loyal through it all. That's what kept us going. And it's all y'all's comments over and over and over saying, don't worry about the videos, just get the stuff done. We will still be here when you post a video, whenever that may be. Don't worry about what these people say. It doesn't matter. We're the ones that truly appreciate what you do for us. You inspire us to do this. When you leave comments of y'all's story, it inspires us to do this. It's crazy. It's a revolving circle, and it's just crazy to think at one point we were up here, but we weren't happy in the way we wanted to be happy, and now we're down here and we're happy the way we want to be happy, and now we're going to have our next move going up, and we can look at it in a different light. We can look at it with a different attitude, and I think sometimes you got to hit the low points to let you know the high points. Enjoy it, but also know that it'll come down, but also enjoy the things that are worth enjoying and quit looking at the things that don't matter. And I don't, for whatever reason, I feel like somebody needs to hear this. And if you just stay positive and you stay searching for your happiness and all that, you'll definitely be way better off. I learned the hard way. Danielle learned the hard way. A lot of people learned the hard way. But maybe this can help someone out there, you know, realize if you're chasing it for the wrong reasons, when you get there, it's not going to make you happy. So chase the things you want in life with the right attitude and with the right purpose. And when you get there, it's going to be amazing, and it'll probably stay there. It'll dip a little bit, but everything in life is a big wave, and it's how you handle the low points. It's how you're going to handle that next high point. So I guess at the end of the day, moral of the story, I could have cut this down to about 2 minutes, is we appreciate you guys. We love you guys. And if it wasn't for you guys, I don't think we could have made it through this and learned to appreciate all the awesome things that this life has given us. And whenever it goes back up, just know you guys are the backbone of what we do. And just know, because of you guys, we are truly the happiest we've probably ever been, as far as YouTube goes and stuff. And since we've been on YouTube, and it's awesome. We're enjoying it. We love it, and we have you guys to thank. So truly appreciate you guys. We've been here. We're here. We're ready to get here again.